historic county town of Flint in Flintshire, North Wales. Opened on the 1st of May 1848 by the Chester and Holyhead Railway, Flint is a Victorian architectural gem. Designed by Francis Thompson with engineering by Robert Stevenson, the station features a Grade 2 listed main building and a rare 1860 sandstone goods shed. Historically, it was a vital hub for coal and lead transport, once boasting a 20-lever signal box and a large goods yard that served the town's industrial waterfront. The station is directly in the town of Flint on the North Wales coastline, overlooking the Dee estuary. It serves as a primary gateway for the county, connecting coastal communities with major regional hubs. The station is positioned between the historic Flint Castle and the modern town centre, maintaining its role as a focal point for local transport infrastructure. Services are provided by Transport for Wales and Avanti West Coast, offering direct transit to Chester, Manchester Piccadilly and London Euston to the south and Holyhead to the west. It is one of the few stations in the region capable of handling high-speed intercity services alongside regional stopping trains. For the 2024-2025 period, passenger numbers are estimated at 334,000 entries and exits. This reflects its status as the busiest station in Flintshire, supported by its high-frequency service and its key role as a commuter link to those working in Cheshire and the North West. Shotton Low Level opened on the 1st of October 1891 as Connors Quay and Shotton. Established by the Wrexham, Mold and Connors Quay Railway, built on a significant embankment, it was a centrepiece of the Harwarden Loop Line, a double-track industrial bypass that allowed heavy goods to avoid the steep gradients of older routes. The station's original timber buildings and platforms were designed to be temporary, yet they became a permanent fixture of the Great Central Railway's northern network. The station is elevated on a bridge over the North Wales coastline in Shotton, serving as the high proportion of the town's unique rail crossing. It is located on the Borderlands Line, which historically formed the northern core of the WM and CQR. From its platforms, one can see the start of the steep 1 in 53 climb towards Harwarden and the complex junction that once diverted mineral trains towards the Connors Quays docks. Services are primarily operated by Transport for Wales, running an hourly passenger service between Wrexham Central and Bidston. The station acts as a vital interchange for commuters from the inland villages of Flintshire heading towards Liverpool via the Merseyrail connection at Bidston. Historically, it also hosted services to the now closed Chester Northgate station until that branch was withdrawn in 1968. For the 2024 to 2025 period, the usage is estimated at an overall Shotton figure of 276,948 with an additional 22,332 recorded annual interchanges. The high-level platforms remain the essential link for the Borderlands Line, facilitating north-south movement across the county. Opened on the 1st of May 1848 by the Chester and Holyhead Railway, Shotton Low Level began as a relatively modest stopping point. For decades, it remained a secondary location until the London North Western Railway provided more permanent facilities in 1907 to better manage the growing interchange with the intersecting line above. The station faced a major setback in the 1960s when the beaching cuts led to its closure on the 14th of February 1966. However, local lobbying successfully secured its reopening on the 21st of August 1972, with new platforms built on the former slow line formations. It consists now of two platforms that run parallel to the coast, passing directly beneath the high-level bridge. This location serves as the county's primary connection point for the coastal route between Chester and Holyhead, situated just inland from the Dee marshes and the historic industrial zones of Deeside. Managed by Transport for Wales, the low-level platforms provide frequent regional services to Chester, Crewe, Llandudno and Holyhead. It remains a vital artery for the North Wales coastline and the Borderlands Line to allow passengers to filter into the broader UK rail network via Chester, and it continues to serve this purpose to this very day. Opened in 1924 by the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, Harwarden Bridge was built specifically to serve the massive nearby John Summers and Sons Steelworks, now Tata Steel. It is situated near the former Connors Quay and Chester Railway line. The station is defined by its proximity to the monumental Harwarden Swing Bridge, a feat of Victorian engineering that allowed the line to cross the River Dee while still permitting maritime traffic. Also located nearby to Harwarden Station is the former Chester Golf Club Holt Station, which was built on the Connors Quay and Chester Railway. However, this station closed early on and was replaced by the nearby Birkenhead Golf Junction platform and the Chester Golf Junction platforms, both of which were on the Borderlands Line and the Connors Quay and Chester Railway line. The station is located at the northern end of the bridge on the Borderlands Line. It is one of the most industrial settings for a railway station in Wales, surrounded by the vast steel processing plants and the Dee Marsh. Historically, it was a bustling commute stop for thousands of steel workers, though it has since become a more tranquil, isolated location. Today, it serves as a request stop on the Transport for Wales network. Services are limited and primarily timed to coincide with shift patterns at the nearby industrial park. Passengers must signal the driver to stop, a vestige of its role as a dedicated industrial halt. Harwarden Station opened on the 31st of March 1890 as part of the Wrexham, Mold and Connors Quays Railway expansion towards the Dee. It is famously situated at the summit of a punishing 1 in 53 gradient, one of the steepest climbs for steam locomotives in the region. The station gained historical prestige through its association with Gladstone's library, often serving the estate of the four-time Prime Minister William Gladstone, who lived nearby. The station is centrally located in the historic village of Harwarden on the Borderlands Line. Its late history includes a former 20-lever signal box and a goods yard that handled the estate's agricultural output until the mid-20th century. The station's architecture and surrounding greenery reflect its heritage as a village stop on a major industrial line. Transport for Wells provide an hourly service in both directions, linking the village to Wrexham and the Wirral. The station is particularly popular with tourists and scholars visiting the local castle and library, providing a substantial alternative to the busy A55 road corridor. Buckley, also historically known as Buckley Junction, originally opened on the 31st of March 1890 and was opened by the Wrexham, Mold and Connors Quay Railway. This station was the nerve centre for local industry. It served as the starting point for the original Buckley Railway, a freight-only branch that wound through the town's famous brickworks and collieries down to the docks at Connors Quay. The current station replaced an older, mid-century station located further north near Drury. The station is located on the southern edge of Buckley and sits on the Borderlands Line, which historically formed the core of the WM and CQR network. The track layout still hints at its junction past, where heavy mineral trains once diverged from the main line to transport Buckley Blue bricks across the United Kingdom. Current services consist of hourly Transport for Wales trains running north toward Bidston for Merseyrail connections to Liverpool and south towards Wrexham Central. The station remains a popular choice for commuters seeking a direct, scenic route through the heart of the county. Passenger numbers for the 2024-2025 period are estimated at 44,006. While the heavy industry of the Buckley Junction has faded, the station continues to see steady growth as the surrounding residential areas expand. Penyffordd station was established on the 1st of May 1877 by the WM and CQR and quickly became a strategic rail crossroads. It served as a vital interchange with the Mold Railway, the Chester to Denbigh line, connected by a physical link known as the Hope Curve. This allowed freight to move between Wrexham and Mold, a connection that remained active for industrial use until the early 1980s. The station serves the twin villages of Penyffordd and Penyffordd on the Borderlands Line. Its history is tied to the nearby Castle Cement Factory, which utilised dedicated sidings for decades. The station also holds a minor royal claim to fame, having hosted the royal train overnight during several official visits to North East Wales. Services are operated by Transport for Wales, providing an hourly link to Wrexham Central and Bidston. The station acts as a crucial transport artery for the village that has seen significant housing development in recent years. Hope Station was opened in 1866 as the original Caergwrle by the WM and CQR and renamed Hope Village in 1899. It is distinct from the disused Hope Exchange Station that was located further north near Penyffordd and acted as a specialised interchange where the Borderlands Line crossed over the Mould Railway. The Hope Station in use today was a standard village station featuring a 17-lever signal box and goods yard that handled agricultural traffic and cattle until the mid-1960s. Current services are provided by Transport for Wales, offering hourly transits in each direction. It serves as a vital stop for students attending the nearby local high school and for residents in the Hope and Caergwrle Valley. Unlike its neighbour at Penyffordd, Hope did not have a direct junction connection with the Mould and Chester line, but was often confused with Hope Low Level, part of the exchange, which actually sat on that line. It continues to serve as a commuter station for people travelling between Bidston and Wrexham today. Caergwrle, originally opened in 1872 as Bridgend, was a major industrial starting point. It served as the origin of the WM and CQR branch line to Brimbo, a competitive route built to tap into the rich coal and steel traffic of the Denbighshire Hills. The station also supported local industry, including the Caergwrle Brewery and several nearby collieries and brickworks. The station serves the village of Caergwrle on the Borderlands Line. It is ideally placed for visitors to Caergwrle Castle, the ruins of which overlook the station from a nearby hilltop. The station's heritage is deeply rooted in the mineral extraction that once defined this valley. Services are hourly and Transport for Wales run between Wrexham and Bidston, and it provides a connection between Wrexham and the rural hills of Flintshire today. Cefn-y-Bedd is one of the original stations on the line, opened on the 1st of May 1866 by the WM and CQR. It was built to serve the mineral-rich borderlands between Flintshire and Wrexham. The station is notable for its brick passenger shelter, which is one of only 2 surviving examples of this specific WM and CQR architecture style, marking it as the site of significant local railway heritage. The station is located in the hamlet of Cefy-n-Bedd on the Borderlands Line. In its industrial prime, it featured a 14-lever signal box and a goods yard that managed local timber and stone traffic. Today, it is a peaceful stop that marks the southernmost point of the Flintshire's active rail network before the line crosses into Wrexham County Borough. Current services are provided by Transport for Wales, with hourly trains in each direction. It serves a small, dedicated catchment area of residents and outdoor enthusiasts who use the station to access the nearby Allen Valley paths. It also provides access for people who live in the northern parts of Wrexham County Borough, such as at Brimbo and other parts, so that they have an active connection to the Borderlands Line between Wrexham and Liverpool.